What's going on, everybody? Kenny Bomber's in the building, and based on the way things have played out, we pretty much know who's left over on this Mortal Kombat 1 roster. But there's still one spot with a big old question mark left on it, and despite what anybody says, we have no idea who this spot belongs to. Now, I already told y'all who or what I want this spot to go to. Personally, I want to see it be a creative character that we use in this new single-player experience, but I know that's highly unlikely. So who should this last spot go to? Well, we ran a series of polls to the smartest Mortal Kombat audience on the planet. Certified, stamped and approved as a fact. So who do the people want to see that hasn't been confirmed to be on this roster yet added in this last spot? Let's talk about it. But first, Gamescom is getting closer and closer every day. So we're looking at another big week for Mortal Kombat 1. Let me know in the comment section what you want to see revealed at Gamescom. Do you want to see more fighters, or do you want to finally see this single player experience they've been talking about? But don't forget to smash that subscribe button, because as soon as that trailer drops, we will be right back to talk about it. Now let's get into it.
Run, boy, they coming on.
One day later.
Alright, so I shot the intro and everything yesterday. And since then, some stuff came out. And I don't believe it. Because there's absolutely no way this last spot is going to who everybody is saying it's going to. Absolutely no way. Absolutely no way. So we're going to disregard all that, and we're going to see who the people want to see added into this game. First up, we got Reiko, who actually made it in. 70% of the people wanted to see Reiko come back, and he is back. Will we see him at Gamescom? That's the big question. We'll see. Reptile, 89%, and Reptile is back in Mortal Kombat 1 with a great design. I think they went in a great direction with Reptile, so shout out to the boy. Next up, we got Fujin with 59%. So a little more than half of the people want to see Fujin make the base roster. Now, this is Raiden's brother, and he made it in Mortal Kombat 11. But Raiden gave up his powers in Mortal Kombat 11. So where does that leave Fujin? I don't know. Fujin's kind of in limbo right now, so I don't think we'll see him at all in Mortal Kombat 1. Maybe an appearance in the story, but again, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But so far, we got Fujin at number 1. Now, Nitara is heavily rumored to be in the game, so I think we're in a good spot with Nitara, and more than half of the people want to see her in, so I think that's going to be a good addition. Nightwolf actually takes the number 1 spot from Fujin. So we're going to go 60% with Nightwolf. A lot of people want to see Nightwolf in this game. You hear a lot of people talking about Nightwolf being a woman next time around because of his ending in Mortal Kombat 11. But this is one character I see a lot in the comment section. A lot of people want to see Nightwolf get that top spot. So we'll see if Nightwolf makes it in either base roster, because it's still possible. We have no idea who that last spot goes to, or maybe Combat Pack 2, because people love Nightwolf, as we can see here. Next, we got Frost, and y'all canceled Christmas on Frost. Let me tell y'all about Frost. After playing the Mortal Kombat 1 beta, Frost is the best cameo in this game. Now, Sub-Zero's a cameo in here as well. We haven't played with him, or we don't really know what he can do, but I don't see myself switching from Frost. I was thinking I was gonna go double Sub-Zero, but love Frost in this game, so I think we might stick to Frost. But y'all canceled Christmas on her. Are y'all crazy? Shout out to everybody who voted cameo. Next, we got Tanya. Ooh, 64% of the people wanted to see Tanya in this game, and she made it. But she also made it with a lot of backlash. I don't know. These characters are definitely going to have skins in this game, so we'll see if we get the old Tanya skin back. Time will tell. I think her moveset looks great, so we'll see where we go with Tanya. So Tanya does have 64%, but she is in the game, so Nightwolf is still in our number 1 spot with 60%. Next up, we got Collector, and y'all canceled Christmas in a bad way on my boy Collector, man. We got to see Collector back in Mortal Kombat in the future. Now, I'm glad he got 23% cameo at least. You know, that means y'all didn't count him all the way out, but 59% is crazy. Come on, y'all. Collector was a great character. Next up, we got Smoke, who made it on the base roster at 89%, fan favorite, so they did what they needed to do there. Next up, we got Noob Saibot. Now, this is pretty interesting because Nightwolf beat out Noob Saibot, and Noob Saibot is a fan favorite. So shout out to Noob Saibot. Do I want to see him in the future though? Bihan, even just playing in this Mortal Kombat beta, Bihan is so much better as Sub-Zero. Just the dark vibe, I think, adds a lot to the character. Keep Kuai Liang as Scorpion. Let's keep Bihan alive this time so we can let Noob Saibot, I guess we can let him rest in peace. Great character. Make another character like him. Don't make that character named Noob Saibot, but you know what? Let him come back in a different way, but not by Bihan. Let's keep Bihan alive. Next up, we got Li Mei. Ooh, only 66% for Li Mei. That's surprising because she has gotten a lot of love ever since she was announced and released in this beta. So, did Noob Saibot? Nope, Noob Saibot didn't beat Li Mei. So, okay, so not too bad. Next, we got Quan Chi at 66%. Now, he has been confirmed to be in Kombat Pack 1, so we won't overthrow Nightwolf for him because we know Quan Chi is getting in the game. But let's just say this, 66% for Quan Chi is definitely low. He should have been in the 70s or 80s, so what are we doing, guys? Come on. Next, we got Baraka, who made it in, who's got 67%. Ooh, Baraka edged out Quan Chi? That is crazy. That's kind of crazy. 5% cancel Christmas on Quan Chi, 7% on Baraka. So looks like it can go either way. But we got Baraka in, and I think he looks great. Next, we got Aaron Black. Aaron Black, a very interesting lineup for his votes because a lot of people don't want to cancel Christmas on him. I think a cameo spot would be cool for Aaron Black if it was a base cameo spot. But if he's going to be DLC in Kombat Pack 2 or 3, I think we need to get Aaron Black on here as base roster DLC, not cameo. So I think this was a good vote. I think this was a good lineup for Aaron Black, being that he is one of the newer characters and he wasn't introduced in Mortal Kombat 1, 2, or 3 because everybody knows those are the characters everybody loves the most. So shout out to Aaron Black. I think those are some good results for him. 72% want to see Cyrax on the base roster. Now, base roster characters can be cameos as well. So I think Cyrax did overthrow Nightwolf at 72. Because it's still possible. Cyrax could get that spot. So we're going to go ahead and knock Nightwolf off the charts because Cyrax beat him by 12%. That's a pretty good percentage. So we got Cyrax in there at number 1. Sector, ooh, a healthy margin under Cyrax. We only got 65% for Sector, and I agree. I like Cyrax better than Sector, so I'm not even mad at that. Devora, shout out to everybody. 61%. Is this the biggest cancel Christmas we got so far? Besides Collector, maybe? Let's see. Ooh, Devora lost worse than Collector. So Devora's the character y'all don't want to see in this game the most. So far, Devora took the biggest L, and to be honest with y'all, I agree. I'm not into really dumping on the new characters too much, but Devora, not a huge fan of Devora, so I say let's cancel Christmas on her. But don't cancel Christmas on Collector, y'all. Don't do it. Shiva, pretty healthy. Pretty healthy margin here between base roster and cameo for Shiva, but ultimately y'all decided to cancel Christmas on her. I'm not mad at it. For Mortal Kombat 1, I'm not mad at it. If we leave Shiva out, she made it in Mortal Kombat 11. I don't think she needs to make it in Mortal Kombat 1. So maybe we revisit Shiva down the line, but not now. Next, we got Shao Kahn. 70% base roster. He had to crack that 70% at least. I don't see Shao Kahn under 69%. I could see him as a boss-only character, but you know, if we're going to give him one of these options, base roster is definitely it, and it should not be anywhere under 70%. But what are y'all 9% thinking when y'all come cancel Christmas on Shao Kahn? What are we doing? Come on, y'all. Ferrator. Y'all canceled Christmas on Ferrator. Another great character. Another great character who unfortunately is a new character. Now, we can't really say it's because they're new characters because y'all saved Aaron Black. So I just don't agree with it. You know, I don't agree with it. I think Ferrator is a great character. I'd love to see him back down the line. We got Farah at least coming back as a cameo, so we'll see what happens there. We got 63% for Goro being base roster. 27 cameo, so his isn't too bad. 5% cancel Christmas, not a bad rate for Goro. And then we got Trimmer. After watching Mortal Kombat Snowblind, Tremor could have been the final boss in this game if they built him like that. But almost half of the people want to see Tremor on the base roster, and I think that's impressive being that he really hasn't made it into many games, and when he did, he was DLC. He's always been a DLC character. This time he has a DLC cameo, so I think 49% is pretty impressive for Tremor. Next, we got Bo Raicho. Bo Raicho, a big, heavy winner for cameo in this. I agree with it. You know what? I agree with it. I think Bo Raicho should definitely be in the story, but if he's going to be in the game, I wouldn't want to see him on the base roster. Wow, more people want to see Christmas canceled for Bo Raicho than want to see him on the base roster, and I agree with that. I would agree with that sentiment, but if we had to put him anywhere, I think he'd be a good cameo character. I think a lot of his moveset would definitely work off screen, so I think that's a good choice. I agree with this one. Next, we got Movado, who is going to be a cameo. We now know he's going to be DLC cameo, but 33% wanted to cancel Christmas on him. So most people want to see Movado back in the game, which is another interesting one. Only saw him in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, but he was one of the characters who actually survived. A lot of them didn't make it back in Mortal Kombat 1, and Movado is at least getting a cameo spot, so shout out to Movado. Next, we got Kai. Most people canceled Christmas on Kai. Now, the vocal people want to see Kai back in the game, but when it comes to these polls, you see what it really looks like. So I guess this still does say the majority at least wants him in the game, but 26 for base roster is really low. I think he had a bad design in Mortal Kombat Armageddon. They really didn't show him in a good light. I think he should have stuck closer to this, opposed to just putting braids on him, making him look like the black guy in the game. I think they could do a lot better with Kai. I would like to see him in Mortal Kombat 1. If he's not going to be in the base roster, I say leave him out until Mortal Kombat 2 or whatever they're going to call Mortal Kombat 13. But I think he needs to be included in the story. Give him some type of spotlight to make his character mean something. Otherwise, maybe we cancel Christmas on him. Next, we got Dairu. Yes, Dairu. 71% cancel Christmas, and I 100% agree with that. Dairu beat out Devora. I think Devora was in the high 60s, right? Devora has 61% cancel Christmas. Dairu, you're gone, buddy. What's going on with this 8% base roster? I don't know, guys. Low votes for Dairu as well. So 71% cancel Christmas. I 100% agree with that. 62% Darius. Shout out to everybody who predicted Darius to be a cameo at this 23%. Because I thought it would be close to what Dairu had here, 60 or 71%. He did beat out Devora, though, and I think rightfully so. But hey, y'all, this shows anything is possible. Anything is possible with these remaining spots. Next, we got Shujinko, and most people want to see Shujinko in this game, which is honestly surprising to me. Surprising to me, but people love Shujinko. Is he going to get that base roster spot, though? Is he going to get that base roster spot? I don't think so. Unless he's a big part of this story, I don't see Shujinko getting that base roster spot. If he does, I'm hoping it's a younger Shujinko opposed to older Shujinko. But 27%, so people either love him or hate him from what it seems like. 41% base roster, and then right underneath that, you got a high 27% at cancel Christmas. I say don't cancel Christmas on Shujinko because if Onaga ever comes back, we got to have Shujinko in the mix as well. But I don't know. That's a big if. We'll see. So we still got Cyrax at number 1 with a strong 72% base roster vote. And to be honest with y'all, I don't know if anybody's going to be able to take it. That's a high percentage. Next, we got Shinnok. And I got to applaud each and every one of y'all who voted cancel Christmas on Shinnok. Because this is a character I don't ever want to see star in a Mortal Kombat game again. Ever, ever, ever again. Let the last time we saw Shinnok be the last time we saw Shinnok. I think he ruined Mortal Kombat 10 single-handedly. And I think he might even be the reason a lot of people don't like Mortal Kombat 4. Let's get to that. Next up, we got Taven. Y'all know how I feel about Taven. If you don't, I agree with this vote here. 62% says cancel Christmas on Taven. I know we got Taven fans out there. Some of them might be even in the comment section right now upset, but I don't think we need to see Taven back in this game. Keep him out of the lore. Keep him out of history. Cancel Christmas on that boy Taven. He beat Devora, 62%. Let's get to that. Next, we got Dagon, who's even higher than Taven on the canceled Christmas list, and I agree with him. If he's younger, why does he look like an old geezer? Next up, we got Cobra. 62% canceled Christmas on Cobra. I don't agree with, because I think Cobra, there's still some saving that can be done with Cobra. Mortal Kombat Snowblind was another good example of where they could go with Cobra to make him a good character. You know what? I would like to see Cobra as DLC in Kombat Pack 3. Let's get him down the line. Let's get Cobra in this game and let's fix that character, because there is some redeeming. Come on, y'all. 65% canceled Christmas for Suhao. Best fatality in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, as I always say. I say get Suhao in here as a cameo and bring him back with that same fatality. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen, though, because they even moved this man's wanted picture from the Tea House stage, which is crazy. What are we doing? Just trying to completely cancel Suhao. Serena, 57% wanted to see Serena on the base roster. She did make it in as a cameo. We got to take every win we can get, y'all. So shout out to Serena, who made it in the game as a cameo. Maybe she could still be DLC down the line for the base roster. We'll see. But I don't really love the demon form of Serena. If she does make it to the base roster, maybe make her transform like Reptile, but I think I would want to see her as her human form more than that demon. Then we got Draman, who's honestly pretty split down the list. Draman actually won as a cameo. I agree with Cancel Christmas on Draman, but apparently people want to see him in here. I'm glad y'all didn't vote base roster, but I think if we did get him in, cameo is a good spot for him. All right, Cyrax is still number one at 72%, and we got a lot more of these left. So we're going to start running through them and see if anybody can overtake Cyrax. Next up, we got Moloch. Cancel Christmas, I 100% agree. We got Hotaru. As Ed Boon says, no Taru. Cancel Christmas, I 100% agree. We got Kentaro at 46%. I think Kentaro would be served best. Well, maybe base roster is a good place for Kentaro since Goro is a cameo. So sure, add some variety and lock Kentaro into the last spot. Next up, we got Jarek, who got 70% cancel Christmas, but it probably should have been 90. And then we got Blaze, I agree, 53%. We don't need to see Blaze back, cancel Christmas on him. And then we accidentally ran Nightwolf again, but his votes went down. We got 54%. Well, we got more votes on this one, so his base roster percentage did go down. And then we ran a question, should Nightwolf be a man or a woman? 53% said woman. A lot of people in the comments weren't happy, but don't shoot the messenger. I just made the poll. Then we got Meat. Everybody says cancel Christmas on Meat, and I agree. We don't ever need to see Meat back in a Mortal Kombat game, unless he comes back in like a suit. I don't know why. Bring Meat back in a suit, and let's get him in the game. And then we got Onaga. We had a different question here. Should Onaga be on the base roster? 26% said yes. Should he be a boss only? 63% said yes. I think Onaga should come back as a boss only in Mortal Kombat 1. And then we had Kira. Kira should be canceled completely. That's what everybody says. Cancel Christmas on the girl, Kira. Then we got Dark Khan. I agree. We got to cancel Christmas. Oh, Dark Khan takes the number one vote as the character we should not see back the most in Mortal Kombat. So, shout out to Dark Khan. And then we got Scarlet. Surprisingly, the masses agree with me. Cancel Christmas on Scarlet. Maybe down the line, but I don't think she needs to be back in Mortal Kombat 1. And then we got Cassie Cage. You guys are wrong on this one. Should she be DLC cameo, or cancel Christmas? Why did we cancel Christmas on Cassie Cage at such an alarming rate? And then we got Jackie Briggs, who was even worse. 68% canceled Christmas on Jackie Briggs. And then we got Triborg. I agree. We don't need to see Triborg back. I think it was a good experiment, a good way to get those characters in the game, but we don't need to see him back. Then we got Kung Jin. Y'all canceled Christmas on my boy Kung Jin as well. We got Takeda back as DLC, but I agree. I wasn't a big fan of Kung Jin, so I don't need to see him come back. And then we got Kodo Khan. Y'all canceled Christmas on Kodo Khan as well. I like the character, but maybe in Mortal Kombat 2. I think we should let him sit out in Mortal Kombat 1. We don't really need to see him back here. And then we got Cetrion, who I agree. Ooh, Cetrion takes the spot. The biggest canceled Christmas spot went to Cetrion. I don't know if anybody else is going to beat 80%. Wow, that's crazy. Oh, Chronica came back and beat 80%. Should Chronica be the main villain? 2% out of 13,000 votes says she should be. 6% said she should be a cameo. 8% said she should be a side boss. And 84% said cancel Christmas on Chronica. That's big. That's a big number. Then we got Chrome. Most people don't want to see Chrome. 56% said cancel Christmas on it. I agree. Kind of like a funky side character thing. We don't need to be introduced to him. And then last but not least, we got Hydro, who a lot of people in the comment section want to see make it into a Mortal Kombat game, but the masses canceled Christmas on Hydro. So Cyrax wins with an alarming 72% of the vote, and it wasn't even close. Nightwolf came in second with 60%. We'll count his first vote. So Nightwolf came in second, but everybody wants to see Cyrax get that last spot. We didn't run Jade. I don't think we ran Jade. Now, I didn't run Sonya, Jax, and Kano because I assumed they would be cameos only, but I was saving Jade for the back end because I didn't want to have so many canceled Christmases at the end, but I forgot to run her all together. So we're going to run Jade right now. So make sure y'all get in here and get y'all votes in, because right now, Cyrax deserves that #1 spot because everybody voted Cyrax the most. We'll see if Jade can overtake it. Let's see if we got any votes right now. We got 1 vote, 100% base roster for Jade. Let's see how it finishes up. But thank y'all for tuning into this video. Do me a favor, drop a like on it and smash that subscribe button. Gamescom is coming up here in a few days. Let me know in the comment section what you guys expect to see shown at this event. And let's refresh the screen one more time and see where we are with Jade. 68 votes, 54% says base roster. 12% cancel Christmas. I don't know what's going on with that. Bomb Squad. Let's get to that.